Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Odin's movie blog. I am the critic who is a cynic. Hope we're doing well, and today I just really honestly feel like this movie has just become a giant joke to Disney because of how it's just been thrown around the release charts ever since they took over control of Fox. And I just honestly believe that this film is never, ever going to get an actual theatrical release. And as I've been saying from the very beginning, I'll believe it when I actually see it. So this, of course, is talking about how Disney has now rescheduled the New Mutants. That's right. You know that film that's been in production for, 3 or 4 years now and has been pushed back because of so many crazy behind-the-scenes stuff, including, of course, the acquisition of Fox by Disney? Yeah. That movie, which we all thought was going to get some type of video-on-demand release, maybe getting released on Disney+, maybe getting released on Hulu, maybe being released so that you could actually pay for it. No. Disney's like, oh, this film, we just have so much confidence in. We think that this movie is going to be so huge that we're giving it a around summertime release coming out now in August, which is just, again, the dumbest thing ever because this movie, as I said, I don't think is actually going to be released because something's going to happen once again behind the scenes that's going to push this film back. And dear Lord, just put it out of its misery already and just put it online for free at this point. Hell, you can run ads on it with Hulu or whatever. You could probably make more money there than you could ever possibly imagine making in the theatrical run. Because even if you do somehow release this movie out there, I can't see this movie making any money whatsoever because it really hasn't been garnering any type of real interest at this point. Any interest that was built up for this film has since been completely lost because of the fact it's been in production hell for years now at this point in time. Let's go ahead and read this article from Deadline reporting on the news saying the much delayed former Fox Marvel The New Mutants is not going to Disney Plus or Hulu and remains on track for a theatrical release now set for August 28th of this year. As I said, it's definitely getting towards the beginning of the school year when this movie will be coming out, though technically August is often considered to be that last month of the summer box office hits. I cannot imagine that this movie is going to be any type of summer blockbuster or any type of blockbuster for that matter, and that's not because I think the movie's going to be necessarily crap. It's very difficult for me to think this movie can be any good because if this movie was really that great, if the producers of this film, if anyone behind the scenes honestly thought this is going to be the next Avengers type film or this is going to be the next major MCU blockbuster, this film would have already have been released years ago. But obviously they held on to it, they delayed it, eventually to the point where Fox just couldn't show it anymore because Disney took over. Disney saw the project and said, oh, I guess we can release this at some point, and then they delayed it, and yeah. As you can see, this is the reason why I just really don't believe that they're actually going to release this film at all. New Mutants will stand alone as the only wide entry on pre-Labor Day weekend frame. And as I said, I will believe it when I actually see it. The pick's history of release dates include April 13th of 2018. Yeah, 2 years ago. February 22nd of 2019. 1 year ago, August 2nd of 2019, and previously April 3rd of this year. How old is New Mutants? Old Fox first dropped a trailer for the Josh Boone directed movie at CinemaCon in 2017. So this film is, as I said, the first trailer that we had for it was 3 years ago. And this film, in all likelihood, has been in production since about 4 years ago. If a film has been in production for 4 years and it has not come out, and it's this type of film where it's dealing with mutants and it's dealing with MCU-level characters, Marvel-type characters, with that type of mindset, you don't have a film that's in production for that long, gets delayed this much, unless there's something problematic with the film, whether it's the CGI, whether it's the story, whether it's all of those things in between. This movie was made when you had one actress in this movie who was in Game of Thrones when Game of Thrones was still relevant. Yeah. Remember when that was still a thing that people were excited to talk about with Maisie Williams? Even though there were rumors that New Mutants would lead to Hulu pre-Fox merger, Disney has remained committed to the Pix theatrical release. The New Mutant stars Maisie Williams, Anya Taylor-Joy. As I mentioned previously, I think Anya Taylor-Joy is a great actress, but this is about 4 years removed now from this original performance. Charlie Heaton, Henry Zaga, and Elise Braga. Logline reads as follows: 5 young mutants just discovering their abilities while held in a secret facility against their will fight to escape their past sins and save themselves. One of the really interesting parts about this movie when it was first being promoted was that it seemed to be a very different take on the superhero mutant genre. It seemed to be more of a horror-esque film. And from what we've been hearing about the production behind it is that basically the genre seems to have changed. At one point, apparently was much darker than what it is now. At one point was scarier than it is now. And I feel like this film has probably gone through so many different cuts in the editing room. I can't imagine that you have anything left of a sensible, good movie at this point. Could you have potentially had a previous cut that was actually interesting that would have gotten people out there maybe in October? I could totally see that happening. However, at this point in time, it just really doesn't seem all that likely. Of course, they also talked about a 20th Century Studios animated movie called Ron's Gone Wrong, which, again, really have no interest in at this point in time. But dear Lord, that's Anya Taylor-Joy on the screen right there. It just truly amazes me, though, how much Disney has bungled their acquisition of Fox, to the point where they've even taken out the Fox name, which, by the way, long predates Fox News, which is the reason why they got rid of it. Yeah, go ahead, Google it and fact check me on that one. One of the main reasons why they decided to drop the Fox name was because they didn't want their studio, Disney, didn't want their newly acquiesced studio to have any association with the media mogul Rupert Murdoch. They didn't want to have any association with Fox News. That's the reason why. So even though the name Fox has been around for decades and decades and decades and has a long, rich history and a long, huge library of great films, they decided to drop that Fox name because of frickin' politics. Those same idiots, those same knuckleheads are the ones that have bungled every single Fox release. Not a single Fox movie that they have released has made any sort of measurable profit. In fact, most of the films that they've released have been giant bombs. They've had at least several $100 million bombs at this point in time ever since they took over. And now they are setting up for yet another giant bomb in the New Mutants because Lord knows that the film already costs a certain amount of money to make. Again, not a huge blockbuster like you would have in a typical Marvel film, but still nothing to snuff at. And at the same time, now you have 4 years worth of marketing costs, which Lord knows what that overall cost is going to end up being. And you have a movie that now anyone that was interested in it probably doesn't even care enough at this point, let alone care enough about it to want to go see it in the actual theater. So, dear Lord Disney, you are just continuing to show yourselves as being incompetent. And if I were you, if you wanted to make any, saving of this film, if you wanted to have any sort of, profitability off of this film, instead of going to the theaters, if I were you, I would say, yeah, let's go ahead and release this on Hulu, and we'll charge maybe $5 for you to have access to it. Or hell, we'll have it on Hulu, and you can only watch it with ads, because you would make more money with that ad revenue than you would now releasing the film about 4 years after it was first made. What are your thoughts about this, though? Are you excited to see New Mutants? Do you have any desire to see this movie? Again, dear Lord, man, just release the damn film already. Just put it out online for free so that people can pirate it, because at this point in time, that's the only way that I think you're going to have any large number of people actually want to go see this movie. And as I said, we really have no idea what this film's even going to be at this point, because it's been changed so many times. It's been pushed back even before the virus. Everything has been in flux. Everything has been so chaotic behind the scenes. And this is when Fox still owned it. This is when it was still under the 20th Century Fox brand, now under the 20th Century Studios brand of Disney. Oh my Lord, what are your thoughts about this? Let me know your thoughts and comments in the comments section below. If you like this video, smash that like button, hit that subscribe, and also click that bell notification as well. You're all amazing and beautiful people. Have a wonderful day, and as always, God bless. And now a huge shout out to my May Patreon and Subscribe Star members: Albertus Magnus, Animation Commentator Brian P, Dion, Divex, Enrique Evangelista, Father Christopher Miller, hail to you Father, Frank the Tank and the Shawhan Weeder Dog Clan, Harold Francis, the Hunker Chunker Funker Monkey, Inflame Wood, It's a Trap Productions, Jason Clark, Jeffrey Toon, Kenneth Camiel, Lady T, Laura Story, Mad Mitch Dunaway, Mike Jackson, Mr. Peabody and his evil twin with the beautiful hair, Orange Hat Reviews, Outpost Dyer, Out of Step with Reality, Riff Magos, Rosetta Allen, Steve Glasker, Teresa Martin, Theodore Bendon, Tina Bojan, The DJD Show, and Tina B. Thank you all for being my Patreon members, and a shout out to my Subscribe Star peeps, John B., Perpetual Punster, Robert Revo, Mr. Roy, Glinzer, G2 Cool 99, Darkstar 57, J. Alex McCarthy Jr., US 888209 Fast, Dean Heiss, Harold Francis, J. Rod the Beer Guru, Nevadon G. Adams, and ZK Man. And a special shout out to David Bobrizik and Edgardo Martinez. I'm going to leave that pause there just in case anyone decides to join for the month of May, because you can indeed join on Patreon or Subscribe Star at any time this month to be eligible for any of the perks. They include access to an exclusive podcast that I do with John, the Flick Pick of John Flickinger's fame, so make sure you go ahead and check that out at the $10 and up level. Also, if you Subscribe Star or Patreon at $5 or up, you have access to exclusive giveaways of 4K movies, digital films, and a bunch of other stuff in between as well. And if anything, you could at least give just anything that you really want to help support the channel, and it would really help me out a lot. It keeps the lights on, makes me able to continue to do this kind of stuff. So anything you possibly give, check out some more information in the description of the Patreon, Subscribe Star, and of course YouTube membership links as well. You guys are all amazing and beautiful people. Have a wonderful day, and as always, God bless.